Hello, 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 it is time for eShop deals. My name's Alex, this is SwitchCorner, and today I have 11 games for you all on sale right now, covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. Now, if you do want to support this channel, maybe you enjoy this video, maybe you find something to add to the library, hit that subscribe button. That is the easiest way to help us at absolutely massive amounts. As always, then I do have two $10 eShop gift card winners to announce later in this video, and this week then not only do I have two more to give away, but there's also a bonus giveaway as well. So first, the two $10 eShop gift cards. We do this every single week. Entering is simple, drop a comment down below. Now though, for the bonus giveaway, I actually have a copy of the Glass Staircase, a US Nintendo Switch eShop code, and that's generously been provided by the guys over at Puppet Combo. They are the masters of retro styled horror. Now I know this game, it won't be for everyone, but it releases on May 24th. It's a brand new release, and the winner for the code will be announced in next Saturday's video. Now to enter for a chance to win this code, the Glass Staircase, include the word Puppet Combo in your comment down below, and that way I can draw the winner specifically from those entries. Alright, good luck everyone, and let's get on with the video. Bright Memory Infinite Gold Edition is our first game of the video, and this is a first-person shooter that packs a ton of style. I'd also crown it one of the best-looking games on the system, so let's address the good first. The gunplay feels fantastic. There's some really fun melee action packed in alongside it as well. Then there's even a brief driving section that, sure, does nothing special, but it just kind of elevates the intensity. The bad, it is incredibly short, a couple of hours, which has led to comments such as technical demo more than game, and I absolutely get that. And then the story, it's just utter nonsense, something to do with some evil corporation and bad weather, and then I'm basically out to kill everyone. I still had fun though. My review is down below, and it's 30% off, matching the low price. Ghost Song is a Metroidvania, and it's something special, a gem in fact, that I think was overlooked. Now the idea here is it throws you into an alien world that is filled with secret chambers, winding tunnels and labs that are all packed with secrets. Our role in this, we are a newly awakened entity in a desolate suit tasked with cleaving basically this location out. Expect here to battle fungal enemies, aliens and more, and then to achieve this goal, we're going to be armed with weapons, and as we do progress, we can even unlock new abilities. I just really kind of like that combat combination. It's rapid fire gunplay with melee options, and yeah, the cast then on top of all of this is really unique because they all have these, I guess, individual stories of courage, survival, abandonment and redemption. Now 40% off then is a new low price. New Star GP is a relatively recent release, and I was impressed with this. They've taken virtual racing essentially and expanded it out with an expansive career mode, and while I would love a realistic F1 racer on the system, this definitely, for me at least, filled a gap. Now I do want to be transparent here. As you do progress, you're going to face some frame rate wobbles, but it was never personally enough to put me off this experience, and actually did a preview on the channel which I will be linking down below. I just think overall I like the fact you're going to be racing through different eras, 1980s to current day, and then the combination of racing, challenging CPU opponents and pit strategy, it made for something that feels, I guess, different to nearly every other racer on the system right now. 40% off is a new low price. Red Dead Redemption, it's 30% off and matching the low price, and it's honestly a discount we see pretty frequently, but I wanted to mention it today because I just watched a fantastic GTA documentary last night, actually here on YouTube. It's from a channel called NoClip. Well worth the hour or so runtime. You should absolutely check it out. I'll actually link it down below. But onto the game then anyways. Red Dead is essentially GTA goes western, and it is incredible. A stunning world, fantastic writing, an interesting location, fantastic cast of characters as well. I don't think you need me to persuade you on this one. I know many at launch were, I guess, disappointed with the price point, but the second you boot this game up, you honestly forget that you just paid $60 for it, and now of course you're getting this massive discount. It also includes then the DLC, which added a zombie spin to the action, really good fun, and yeah, you can find my performance review in the pinned comments. Astria Ascending is a RPG with turn-based combat that is, in my opinion, largely overlooked. In fact, scores were actually on the low side as well, but I personally really did enjoy it. I think it looks stunning, first of all, on the system, and there's just, I guess, tons going on here. Dungeons to explore, more than a few enemies, over 200 in fact, cities to travel to, and a whole host of mini-games, which, yes, kind of a, I guess, random inclusion, but actually a unique way to break up the core gameplay. Now, where it does fall short, in my opinion, the story really tries with a mature tale, and occasionally it will have you intrigued, but there's just a few moments in here where it simply doesn't develop fast enough. Now, I still enjoyed it throughout pretty much the experience, honestly, and I do hope to see more from this team in the future. It is 60% off, matching the low price. Vernal Edge is back at its lowest price, 35% off, and this is a Metroidvania experience where we are tasked with exploring the floating islands. It's not the most challenging, honestly, but it is great fun with stunning visuals and just a really solid combat system that blends weapons and magic. I also really enjoyed the story, where we kind of delve into the secrets of our past world, and I guess essentially it's a quest for revenge within a world that is dominated by a power-hungry church. This was honestly a surprise hit for me. It gets a lot of praise already, but that, in my opinion, is definitely deserved. Sifu is a personal favourite of mine, a third-person action-adventure with a roguelike spin. Basically, when you die here, a mystical amulet brings you back to life, and it's going to essentially age you by a number of years each time. When you do get too old, it's going to be game over. But what I think really makes this system work is the fact it actually ties into your skill tree. Your skill tree will change. So, for example, your wisdom might, I guess, improve, but your health and strength as you get older, that deteriorates. Come to this one, though, if you want a challenge, an in-depth kung fu combat system that will demand you kind of master different weapons, quick movement, and parrying. On top of the base game then as well, it recently received a free upgrade, that is the Arenas expansion, and this actually adds in 5 new game modes, 15 additional locations, and 120 challenges. Now, I love a free DLC personally, and this, it is a massive one. But yeah, 60% off here matches the low price, and you can check out my review in the pinned comments. Our first winner of the week then, it's going to Ben, who, like many, highlighted Animal a while, and I've been playing it and adoring it, and hopefully we'll have a review live here in the next week or so for the channel for you all. But congrats on the win, Ben. Email me for the code, and everyone else, we do have a second winner coming up here shortly in the video. Alright, so SIGNALIS is up next, and this is 30% off and matching the low price. Now, if you are a fan of sci-fi or horror, this is a must-buy. It is a gem. It should be at the top of your wish list. I'd describe it as a classic survival horror experience, meaning scarce resources and, I guess, an ever-expanding series of enemies to tackle and avoid. Story-wise, we find ourselves in a dystopian retro-tech future, and we control a technician replica android who must navigate this location to find their missing partner. It is really interesting stuff. I love the backdrop of a future society that I guess has been colonizing the solar system, and yeah, it definitely takes some risks as well. For example, yes, the majority of the game is isometric in design, but occasionally it's going to switch things up to first person. The game's only real fault, in my opinion, the story does lose its way occasionally. Definitely becomes, I guess, a dash too convoluted for its own good. Still, I loved it by the time the credits rolled, and I'm confident giving this one 2 thumbs up, and yeah, you can confirm that by checking out my review in the pinned comments. HunterX codename T is 30% off and matching the low price. This, transparently, I'm actually still working my way through it as well. I'd say I'm at the halfway mark. I am having a blast with it, but for that reason, I would say don't take it as a full recommendation. Rather, maybe you're going to want to join me for that ride. But look, if you've played the first game, HunterX, this is honestly just more of the same. But so far, I have preferred the enemy design. I think there's some more unique attack patterns, and the world itself has a dash more, I guess, if anything, variety in some of the areas you will visit. Now, unfortunately, the story is taking a backseat again, but if you want an entertaining Metroidvania, then give this one some consideration. Definitely more than reasonable from that price perspective. Midnight Fight Express will be for the Brawler fans out there, and I was one of the few channels to review the Switch build, so do find that video down below. Right now, though, it is 40% off, that's matching the low price, and overall, I had a blast with this game. It's isometric, first of all, which is definitely different. It means enemies can come from, all directions, and then you're going to be tasked with fighting back against a criminal organization. What I really like, though, the controls are solid, it's a good port, the visual style definitely worked for me. It's kind of minimalistic. It's got a good sense of humor as well, such as a location where you do get involved with a pillow fight, and it sounds ridiculous, and it definitely is, but within the scope of this world, it also very much works. Skimmer then is our next winner, and another Animal Wildler commenter. He also highlighted his fixture, who sponsored last Saturday's video. They offered everyone $10 off. That is still live. You can check my video from last week below. But that is my favourite Switch accessory personally, so great to see people shouting it out. Alright Skimmer, congrats on the win. Email me for the code, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance to win not only one of the two $10 eShop gift cards, but also the latest release from Puppet Combo. Double Dragon Gaiden, Rise of the Dragons, and is 40% off, a price we've seen before in the US and Canada, but that is actually a new low price now for those in the UK, EU and Australia. It's a unique spin for the franchise as it adds roguelike elements, which I know concern people, but it works, and honestly, you can turn them mostly off in the options menu. It's more just a system that leads to unlocks. Where the game failed for me, you can play levels in any order, with the challenge supposedly adjusting as you do progress, but I personally didn't really notice, I guess, that much difference. What I do like though is tag team gameplay. You can actually switch your characters mid-battle. There's 16 playable characters total. Then they recently added as well online and local co-op, a survival mode, as well as a versus mode. It's just another game that received a great DLC for free, completely free, and that deserves highlighting because so often we have promises of something coming only for it to never happen. And that is the video down. What will you be adding to the library this week? Let us know in the comments. With that, a shout out to the patrons and the channel members who are going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe, join us here for reviews, deals, news and lists daily, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.